How to live comfortably off your Bitcoin. Hi there, crypto fans. Hi there, remote viewing fans. Dick Allgire here in my Bitcoin shirt. A beautiful Sunday at Ethereum Place. Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Bitcoin as something that you can hold and earn interest off of just owning Bitcoin. This is what Michael Saylor is talking about. His company has invested heavily in Bitcoin. He is one of the big proponents of corporate ownership of Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Michael Saylor, explain this to me.
I think that generally public companies will start to buy more digital assets and hold more digital assets on their balance sheet. And I think that Bitcoin adoption is going to spread, and that will be good for Bitcoin and that will be good for those companies. I think the real story going forward is going to be digital credit. If you think about the perfect product is a bank account that pays you 10% when the money market's offering you 4%. And so if you can offer people 600 to 800 basis points of additional yield over the risk-free rate, whether it's in the euro, the yen, or the dollar, then everybody's reaction is, yeah, I want that, what's the catch? And so I think that the real interesting idea is that digital capital, which is what Bitcoin is powering digital credit, and digital credit is 2 to 4 times more compelling than traditional credit instruments for people that want fixed income.
Okay, let's use a real world example. We at Future Forecasting Group have been giving out not financial advice, but good solid information about the transition to the new digital financial system, and we are in the transition to a new financial system. So what's going to be happening with this new system? All right, let's say that you bought 10 Bitcoin when it was $5,000. One Bitcoin was $5,000. So you take $50,000 out of your 401k, which some of us did, and you roll that over into a self-directed IRA, and you, with no penalty and no interest, and you use that $50,000 to buy 10 Bitcoin. All right. Now, today, that Bitcoin that you paid $50,000 for is worth $910,000. Not bad, but you want to hold that Bitcoin. What's going to happen here in the next, could happen this month, it could happen by the spring, Bitcoin will be worth $150,000. At this point, your Bitcoin is worth $1.5 million, and there will come a time where you will be able to just earn 10% interest off that. Michael Saylor, tell us that one more time.
One side of the assets industry is based on Bitcoin. It's digital capital, and the killer application is digital credit, a bank account that pays you 10%.
Okay, so you've invested $50,000 in your Bitcoin, you got 10 Bitcoin, and now that Bitcoin is going to be worth $150,000, which means you have $1.5 million. You invest that, you earn 10% off of that. That's $150,000 a year. $150,000 a year. If you were holding just US dollars, during the Biden administration, inflation went up 21.5%, so you lost 21.5% of the value of your US dollars, while Bitcoin was climbing. Talk about affordability. That's the way to beat inflation. Now, if you're earning 10% off of $1.5 million of Bitcoin, $150,000 a year, these days, that is not really a luxurious lifestyle. It does augment Social Security quite substantially, but eventually Bitcoin is going to go to 300,000. Eventually it's going to go to 3 million. You just hold those 10 Bitcoin and you'll be earning 10% interest, and you'll keep ahead of the affordability crisis. Not financial advice. This is the type of thing we've been talking about at futureforecastinggroup.com. We have very good information, and our goal now is to help 1,000 people become very comfortable in their new life, in the new financial system. We're transitioning to it very rapidly now. They're not talking about Bitcoin being used by terrorists, used for criminal activity. No, they're talking about it becoming a treasury asset, which it will become. So, futureforecastinggroup.com. CryptoViewing.com. People will ask, well, Bitcoin's not $5,000 anymore. Well, there were people that bought Bitcoin for like 50 cents, $1, $100, and when it was $5,000, people were saying, I'm not going to pay $5,000 for a Bitcoin. That thing used to be worth 50 cents. 50,000 is too rich for me. But those of us who got in at the $5,000 level are looking back going, oh, it's a good deal. Today, Bitcoin is 91,000. You see where it's going to go. You just watch. Just watch. I'm not making any predictions. Just watch.